Okay, so I just took that other video. It's just kind of a reminder for myself. I don't even know if I'm going to post that one or not. You can kind of see number tags here. And another video I just made before this, before all the studs were out, I was just telling myself where they all go so I can put them back on. I guess this is number 13, the other one's number 7. Unlucky 13 and lucky 7, I guess they both balance out. Those are the two stiffest, and I'm really going to try and reuse my old head studs. I nicked them up a little bit with the pipe wrench I got tonight, but I didn't nick the threads up, so I'm going to get a thread chaser and... Oop! The bird's got a big ass worm, and they're fighting. Just stay still. Yeah! Sorry, I'm entertained. Anyways, back to the tractor. So I'm kind of starting to prepare to pull the sleeves. It's still going to be a couple weeks at least, maybe another 3 or 4 weeks. But there's so much crud piled up in the bottom, not in my bottom, in my water jacket that, you know what, I'm so far into it now that I might as well renew those O-rings down in the bottom of the sleeves and clean all that stuff up. And it'll give me a chance to really clean things up and, you know, inspect everything. I'll run through a thread chaser through all of those to clean them out. And I'm going to clean, obviously, the top there. It's not really dirty. It's got a lot of oil on it. I've been spraying those threads, and it's supposed to rain tonight, so I'm getting everything internally covered with oil before I cover everything back up with the tarp. But I ordered the O-rings today. A great friend of mine is, after he gets back from vacation in his machine shop, he's going to go ahead and make me I guess what they call a puck, which is the puller that goes in the bottom here, and then we'll just get some all thread and you know how that goes. Run it up and pull them out. And then I'll clean number the sleeves so I remember where to put them, which I'm sure it don't really matter, but I'm particular like that. Clean them up and clean out the water jackets, chase threads, seal threads for sure. And hopefully by then I'll have enough money to go ahead and get my bearings and rings, so I can pretty much start assembly. Get the O-rings and sleeves put back in after everything's cleaned up. I'll get the studs put back in. Probably put a sealer or something on those threads just in case. It's a good measure. Said hopefully I'll have my head back so I can go ahead and get a head gasket, and I'll get I need to go get a 5-gallon bucket of kerosene. My makeshift parts washer is that white bucket right there, and it's full of, Lord knows what at this point. I think diesel, 99% of it's diesel, but I think there might be some CLR in there, maybe a little bit of gasoline, old dirt from all the other parts washings I've done. But it's due to be refreshed, and I need to wash some parts up. So I may be doing that soon too. I went ahead and pulled the oil filter back off because, as someone mentioned, it might be a good idea to go ahead and clean and blow out all the oil lines just to get any crap out of them, which is actually a really good idea. So I'm hoping whenever I get this thing put back together that it's going to be clean enough for me to run regular detergent oil. Still haven't decided yet, because I've also heard that because detergent oil keeps the dirt suspended in it, that dirt, once that oil gets into to the bearings, which are the rod bearings are Babbitt, and then obviously cast iron is a little bit of a softer material, which the rings and the sleeves are all cast iron. I've heard that dirt can embed itself and wear. Even though it's got a filter, the cast iron and Babbitt softer, so it picks up even those fine particulates. And I don't want that happening, so I still have a little more research. Especially after all this cleaning and everything I've done. If I ever have to dig back into this thing, I don't want to dig back into it and everything's all dirty again. So I may try to find a way to polish up my crankshaft while it's still on here, just to clean it up. Oh crap, that's what I forgot. I have a micrometer at work that we use for our chainsaw chains to tell what gauge they are. And it's actually big enough that I can use it to mic the crank. So I really need to get with Dwayne Hansford and talk to him about that set of rod bearings we had talked about last week. So I know my videos are kind of boring. All I do is talk. I wish I had a tripod or something. I think you guys would just be bored watching me pull out studs or what have you. And my YouTube account only lets me upload 15 minutes at a time. But Paul Bruns is supposed to come after these sometime. From what he's told me, these are an earlier set of wheels. I guess they wouldn't have even come on this. This obviously is a cutoff. These didn't come on rubber, they came on steel. But this is for an earlier set, and what he told me is he knows they're earlier because of these, the double reinforcement there. He wants to put them back to original, you know, cut the rim off and then put steel back on them, and I think that's great. I'd honestly thought about keeping these, you know, because it's unique. On a lot of my tractors, I don't really get the chance to have something super unique, you know, especially that being a more rare wheel. But at the same time, it's like, you know what, he has a use for them. The money he's given me for them will buy the steel rear wheels, so I'll at least have an original set of steel wheels for this thing. Won't be able to buy the fronts yet, which I know a lot of people want them to match, but I always kind of like the look of the steel on back, rubber on front. And I really do kind of like the way these fronts look. Paint them up all red, and those front tires really aren't in bad shape. They've held air this long. We put air in them the day I came and got it, and they've probably seeped out just a little bit, but not horrible. Yeah, they're a little soft, but it'd be good to go. Just pop some more air in them. So, but it'll be nice because these are 36-inch tires, and they're about $350 to $400 a tire, and I don't feel like paying that much for tires. And these were BF Goodrich Silvertowns. Brian, my good friend, said those were some good tires back in the day, and I really like the tread pattern on them. But once again, I'm not paying that for tires. And with steel, it's a one-time investment, and then I never have to put rubber on the back again. So, but that's my progress so far. I'm doing small stuff right now. I'm doing a lot of stuff right now that's basically preparing for reassembly. Because then after this, after we pull those, it's a matter of cleaning and then just saving the money to get all the parts I need to put it back together, and that's it. That's really truly it. Need to get in here. I really need a workbench out here. I have one in my basement, which is kind of my workshop, but I need one out here just to store parts on. There's my bucket that I've stored everything in. My tools, radiator tanks. The guy even had I've been thinking about this for the last couple days for some reason. The guy bought it, and that's an original gas tank for this. It's a little worse for wear, as you can see. He was kind of silly, and after he bought it, he went and had it sandblasted so it knocked holes in it. But I would really like to see if somebody could rebuild this thing for me. I might get pictures of it after this and put it on there and see if anybody can do that. That metal's pretty thin, but they may be able to clean it up and put new metal on. And he's even got the gas cap assembly for it. It just needs brazed back on, or however you get it back on. But that'd be real nice, at least, to have this, you know, mounted on the tractor for display. You don't see too many of them with that still on there. There's my box of tractor. So, anyways, the last couple days I've been pretty bummed about this project, but guess I'm starting to get used to it, and just kind of, I know it'll be worth it in the end. So, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions, ask below. Comments, I always appreciate them. I always try to answer back. So, thank you guys.